Hey there, Alabama. Give me just a few minutes of your time. I want to take a second to talk to you about the JAB or Job Executive Order. All of you are familiar with it. More than 100 million Americans have been given an ultimatum. You can take the jab or lose your job. You can give up your principles, your ethics, and your God-given rights, or you can no longer be part of the economy. It has been referred to as a vaccine economy. Well, there have been several world leaders who have said we are moving toward a vaccine economy. If you're going to operate in the economy, you will be vaccinated. This is a huge step in that direction, and we need to stop it. We need to stop it now. I don't know. I'm going to post this video in a lot of different places, so there will be, I don't know if it's up or down or whatever, but there's going to be some phone numbers of the first people that we need to contact. We need to put some pressure on some politicians who can make a difference. We need to start in Washington. We need to get outside of Montgomery. I'm going to give you the name, or I'm going to give you some phone numbers for some people that you need to contact. What we've been given here is a Faustian bargain. You may not have heard it described that way, but many of you know what that is. Faust is an old German parable from German literature. Faust lived in the 1400s. The first English adaptation of that was more than 434 years ago. That's more than, or almost, 200 years before our Constitution. And Faust sold his soul for potential prosperity. And that's what we are being asked to do. You're going to sell your principles for potential prosperity. Most of you work in a place where you're not protected by a union, so you're an at-will employee. So even if you do follow through and do what they demand that you do with your body, you can still be fired for cause in 2 weeks. You're not guaranteed. I think that if this was a one-time shot, I think if it was a traditional vaccine like we've had in the past, if they were saying this is a vaccine that's been around for a long time and it'll be like the flu shot, so take that one-time deal and you can go to work, I think this would be a different discussion. I think a lot of people would have already done it. That's not what this is. You know, this is not the last time that you're going to be faced with job or jab. This is not even the last time that you're going to be faced with having your rights diminished or completely taken away, or you will lose your ability to earn an income and take care of your family. This is not the end. As far as I'm concerned, this is a hill to die on. It's that serious. We've got to stand up. We have to stand up now. What I want everybody to consider is I want you to, for a moment, if you can, to stop thinking about just yourself and your family, but realize, and that's what they want us to do. They want you to look at this as well. It's just going to affect you, and they want you to make decisions from a position of fear. And I'm here to tell you that we don't have to do that. It does affect 100 million people, so that means that you have 100 million brothers and sisters who are on your side. That means that businesses, government operations, that means federal buildings, that means federal installations, those places cannot operate without us. So what we need to do is work together. We need to reach out. If you work for a big corporation, you need to reach out with people who are at smaller places whose businesses have decided to follow through with this, even though they have fewer than 100 employees. We need to stand together with those people. There's some big corporations out there that people don't like, and I understand that you don't like them, and I don't like some of them as well. Even though you don't like the corporation, you understand that those employees are no different than you and I. So we need to look at, if you take a Lowe's or a Walmart, we need to look at Lowe's and Walmart employees as our brothers and sisters in this fight. We need to all stand together. This country cannot go forward without us. There are some truck drivers who are going to be affected that work for companies that have more than 100 employees. It's just simple that, we can't turn the lights on, we can't turn the water on, and we can't get the products that we need if we will all stand together. That's what we've got to do in this. We have been asked, or it's not asked, it's been demanded of us that we choose principle or a paycheck. I cannot allow my children to see me bow my head. It's that simple. What I'm going to ask you to do is stand together. I'm going to ask you to stay strong. I'm going to ask you not to be critical of one another. And I'm going to ask you to get on the telephone. What I'm going to do, and I don't know if it's going to be above or below, I'm going to give you the phone number, several phone numbers where you can contact Representative Barry Moore, Senator Tommy Tuberville, Senator Richard Shelby, And I'm going to include in this Representative Mo Brooks. And the reason I'm going to include Mo Brooks, even though he doesn't necessarily affect us here where I live in Alabama, but he's been a friend of the people of Alabama. He's been a hard, strong voice. He's voted exactly the way that a lot of people should be voting. He's also running for Richard Shelby's Senate seat. We know Richard Shelby's retiring. He's in my opinion, the front runner for that. So he is going to be our senator moving forward. He has a strong voice, and we need to get him behind us as well. So I'm going to give you all those phone numbers. I want you to understand that a phone call is more important than an email. It's more effective, I should say. Emails are important, but it's more effective than an email because email doesn't have a face or a voice. It's just on paper, it's just a digital record, and it can be sort of looked at and deleted and moved on, but a phone call can't. What I want you to do is make a phone call. I want you to make many phone calls. I want you to encourage all of your friends, your family, your church family. We need to get everyone involved. Everyone involved. Demand that we are allowed to make a choice. Americans should be allowed to make a medical choice. Imagine if this situation was exactly the opposite, and we had a dictator-in-chief who was saying that you could not have the vaccine. We'd be in exactly the same position. We need to be for medical freedom and medical choice. What I need you to do is call. I need you to remain respectful. Understand that we need these people's help, and we're asking for their help. We don't need to use profanity. We don't need to say things that we would regret. Understand that you're not going to get to talk to the representative, that you're going to talk to someone in their office. These people are on our side. Let's be respectful, but let's put some pressure on them. Let's call and say, look, we want to know what you are doing and what you're doing now. This is not something that's going to wait. This is something that's going to come to a head relatively quickly. Please get involved. This is just the first video I'm going to make on this subject. This is just the first set of phone numbers that I'm going to give you to call. We need to get to work, and we need to get to work seriously. So either look up or down or wherever you need to. There's going to be 4 representatives, multiple phone numbers for multiple offices in their districts. I need everyone to please get on the phone and get on the phone now.